Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Marian. Today's topic is self-love. I am going to talk about self-love, my goodness, self-love journey, and like where I'm at right now. So, the inspiration for this video was okay. So I went to vacation recently, and we hung out with a couple of friends of mine, and it was really nice. But then, and for hanging out with my friends, it was really nice, really cool, talking about like different things. Obviously, boys, because what else do girls talk about? And I just remembered, like in the middle of our talking, I remembered like a period of time while I was in high school where I had this friend crush, like just like a girl I wanted to be friends with really bad, but then like I felt so unenough, like I felt so unworthy, not unworthy per se. I just felt like she's on another level and then I'm just over here. So like if we're friends, what am I giving to her? Like as a her friend? Like kind of like she has everything and I don't. And so I'm not bringing anything to the table, so to speak. And so I remembered that period of time where I had this friend crush and like she seemed to have everything in life in order. Like she was so put together, so self-assured, so like she was the it girl type of thing. And then she also acted like she didn't know it, so that made it even much better. Oh my goodness, I'm just simping over here. So basically, like as pathetic as it sounds, that was like a period of time in my life where I was like, yeah, I want to be like you, I don't know how I'll get there type of thing. And yeah, also just a side note, a disclaimer, I am sitting in the sun because it's freaking what time, like 8 a.m. in the morning, and it's still a little bit chilly. So if I sit in the shade, if I sit where there isn't any sun, my nose will block because I'm allergic to cold, and I will sound very nasal. I will sound like I have homa. So you'll have to bear with me a little on this one. Like me shining here looking very cute. Like eh. But I digress anyway. So that was the inspiration. I thought about that and I realized like I haven't exactly changed too much from that. Like if I was to meet her again, I will realize that I'm still in the same headspace. And so that's something I was like, it's been what, 2 years since I left high school, and now I'm still like with the same mentality and I need to change it. And so when I got home, I decided let me download some self-love videos. So let me just download self-love videos and watch them and try and glean practical tips, see what I can do to change that. One of the things I know about myself is when I'm in a room full of people who are more experienced than me or older than me, or like older than me in age or older than me in say a field of expertise. See, like I love reading books, so if I was in a book convention and obviously say book vloggers have come there to interact with a novelist, say Colin Hoover or something, I would feel smaller, lesser, because it's like all these other people have more experience than I do, have been reading for longer than I do, or not necessarily that, have been having book channels, booktube, book talk, whatever for longer than I have, and so I feel small. And then my thinking process is, let me act small because I feel small, let me act small. And in my head it's like I'm acting small, and by acting small then I am not troubling the waters, I am not acting hard-headed, I am not being a disturbance to anyone, and so the chances of my being rejected or of my being looked at as annoying or like any of those things are lesser. And I realize, I don't know if that makes sense as a form of not self-love, like it does to me kind of. So there's that like if I'm in a room of people, whichever room, what am I saying at whichever room, whichever situation it is, like as long as there are other people around me that I do not know, that we're doing an activity together, then I feel smaller. Because like my brain looks for things where it's like, hey, you're not enough in this way, and you're not enough in this way, and you're not enough in this way, and you're not enough in this other way, type of thing. And like, so I feel small, and then I act small because I am trying to gain validation by not being an annoyance, not being a nuisance, type of thing. Yeah, so it's a basic call feedback loop from hell, basically. So that's the first example. Another huge example where I it really shows that I lack self-love is belittling my work, belittling the things that are interesting to me, belittling the things that matter to me. So for instance, say I make this video and I'm trying to show it to my friends. I'm like, hey, this is something I did and I'm really proud of it because I was being honest and vulnerable and whatever, and like, take a look, type of thing. But then if I was to show it to someone, I'd be laughing while showing it. It's like I put a lot of work into this, but if you don't like it, at least I've laughed, so I am making you comfortable to reject it. Like, if you want to reject it, I'll be like, oh, hey, it wasn't that big of a deal, like, type of thing. So yeah, so there's that. Another example where I struggle with self-love is, so if someone doesn't like something that I've done or something that's important to me, then kind of the value of it decreases. So if I viewed something as perfect, say I went and like pierced my ears, or my goodness, and I'm not wearing earrings, my goodness, I'm supposed to do that. So if I went and say pierced my eyebrows, and that's something I was really excited about, and then I go and show it to my friends, and they're either indifferent, or they're like, oh yeah, or they don't meet the enthusiasm meter that I had set. Then I'm like, oh, maybe it's not as cool as I thought it was, or something, which, as you can realize, is problematic. So there's that. Anyway, so those are a couple of struggles that I deal with. There are a billion and one of them. Those are just a couple of examples. So part 3 is my turning points. So yes, I said I had gone to that Kesha, and I was like, that I remembered that period of time in my high school, and I was like, no, I do not want to go through something like that ever again. Like, I want to be able to walk in a room and feel confident, and not feel like by me being confident, I am making someone else feel unconfident, which is a train of thought that I have, which kind of drives a couple of how I carry myself in a couple of ways. Because like, I'll walk into, so because I feel small if I have a friend who's really, really confident and is a go-getter and like all those good things, and I am not all of those good things, like I struggle with those things, then I feel enough, and I feel like I am way behind than other people. And so my thinking is, which I realize is wrong, but my thinking usually is, I have been in this situation where I feel smaller, I feel enough, I feel unworthy, and so when I walk into a room with other people, make yourself small to also make sure that anyone else, maybe the person sitting next to me does not have the qualities that I have, and so they will feel smaller because I have maybe these qualities and they do not have the same qualities, and they'll feel small. And so let me tamp down these qualities that I have that they probably don't have. But then again, it's like, who said they don't have these qualities? Who said? I'm just assuming, I'm just projecting to the next person and being like, oh, you probably don't feel good about how you look, and so I'll pretend that I don't notice that I dressed really well, so that you don't feel so that it doesn't become more acute to you, the fact that you maybe didn't dress well, or like didn't put a lot into your skincare routine or whatever today, type of thing. I think that makes sense. I decided that I don't want to feel like that. I don't want to walk into a room and do that project into someone else. I don't want to seek validation from others, but also pretend that I don't want that validation. So, for instance, at that sleepover with my friends, a friend of mine, one of them, her name is Laura. Laura, if you're watching this, I doubt you are, but if you're watching this, shout out to you. She gave me this butterfly clip that is really cute and I like it so much. It's so cute. Look, okay, so she gave it to me. I asked her to give it to me, and then she was like, yeah, sure, like, take it. And what's the point? So the following morning, we had a sleepover and everything. So the following morning, she asked about these clips, type of thing, to the rest of our friends, and she was like, Kuni, you guys don't like this clip, type of things. And they were like, no, us, we don't like them because they're not our style. But then, like, it's your style, Laura. It's your style, and you look really cute with them. And we're glad that you have discovered that you look nice with them and are making it work. And then they never said anything about like the one I was wearing on my head at that same exact time. And like in my head, in my heart, I was thinking, like, what about me? Do I look cute in them or no? Because you only talk about Laura, and then I'm the one wearing this thing today. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. Like, in your conversation also, maybe tell me like it looks cute or it doesn't, so that I know, so that's, I was seeking validation to be told like, hey, you actually look really nice with them, this won't work for you, whatever. And I didn't get it. So I also, that's one of the things, was like, no, I don't want to seek validation from others and pretend that I don't want it, because more often than not I don't get it. You get, or I don't get it in the way I want it to be given. I want it to be told, hey, you look really nice, I like your lip liner, I like this butterfly clip that you have on your hair, I like how you put together your outfit, type of thing. But then no, at least there's a very, very small chance that someone will come and give me what I want to be given in those exact words, you get. And so I was like, yeah, no, I don't want to be in this deficiency every single day of being told the things that I want to be told, because I am not giving it to myself. Okay, so that was my turning point, and then we can move into the steps I'm taking. So anyway, steps I'm taking: 1, giving myself the validation that I need. So you may have noticed, obviously, that I have said I look nice a couple of times. This is something really unusual for me, to tell myself, hey, you look nice, because I will put in the effort into how I look when I'm going out. And then obviously no one, because I'm going into a public place where no one obviously knows me, no one will be like, oh, no one will stop me on the street and be like, hey girl, you look really, really nice. It's a 1 in a million chance. And so I have decided to give myself that validation. To ask myself, what validation would I want today, and then give it to myself. The validation that I would want at this point in time is to be told, hey, I like what you've done with your outfit from head to toe. I love it, because I love it myself. And so I'm telling myself that, Marian, you did a great job. Although you're getting burnt by the sun and whatever, you're probably getting darker. But you've done a great job, and I love that. Anyway, so 1 was giving myself that validation that I need, make me feel important and worthy of these things, of compliments, of good feedback from like things I put effort into, like this YouTube channel. Like, so yes, giving myself that validation. Number 2 you can do, that I'm also doing, is shadow work. Shadow work is basically digging deeper into your childhood and seeing like where this lack of self-love comes from, and trying to unearth these feelings that you're suppressing, these feelings of unworthiness, these feelings of being unloved, and these feelings of not being seen, type of thing, so that you can now like deal with them. remove them from what we call your shadow things. The shadow is where you put all these suppressed feelings, like maybe guilt or loneliness and that type of thing, so that you can bring them from your shadow into the light, and then now you like get to deal with them, and then they're not an issue anymore. And it takes a lot of work. It's like, I think, I don't know, like probably if you go to therapy then you're told to do this, or like if you want to start on a journey right now without and still don't have the funds for therapy, like myself, you can, do this shadow work thing. I've started looking into it. I don't know much about it, but I will link. But will I link? I will try and link the YouTube channels that I watch that actually talk about this in detail. Like Heidi Prib, her YouTube channel. She's a therapist. She talks about this in detail. So I'll put that in the description for you. Oh my gosh, I'm sweating. Okay, I'm almost done. Just hold on, kiddo. Hold on. Okay. The third thing that I am going to do is to be conscious of my thoughts. To be quick to pick up any negative thoughts that I have towards myself, towards how I look, to pick up an instance where I'm seeking validation from others when I haven't even given it to myself. Like those things that contribute to my lack of self-love. I want to practice what's it called? Mindfulness. I want to practice mindfulness, to pick up those things and to to turn around that train of thought from negative to positive, to rephrase those thoughts into positive things, so that at least that way I get positive self-talk. I get to tell myself, babe, you did a good job today. Babe, you showed up today, and that's great. I love that you showed up. You did well today. It was a bad day, but you made it through. That type of thing. And also to validate my interests and be like, hey, I love playing the guitar, and although no one else around me that I know loves doing that also, and therefore no one else shares the same interests, I love it, and that's enough. Like, okay, yeah, basically. Yeah, I love it, and that's enough. And it doesn't matter if everyone else doesn't love it, I do, and that's okay. But like, that's all I need. Okay, so basically, yes, there's a book that I was reading where the author, I don't remember which book it was, but the author called it ANTS, ANTS, automatic negative thoughts. So the point of this consciousness of thought, mindfulness of thought, is to make sure that I catch these automatic negative thoughts, these ants, and turn them into positive thoughts. Okay, what else? Number 4 that I'm going to do is practice stepping out of my comfort zone. Because as I mentioned earlier, when I am in like public settings I tend to make myself small, less seen, so that I don't get judged. I don't show up other people, when in reality I am supposed to not be afraid of showing up other people, because that's me projecting. I am afraid of being seen as a nuisance and all those things, which translates to rejection in my head and all those type of things. And so I want to practice stepping out of my comfort zone, which you can also do. Step out of your comfort zone, like notice the things that you do that are not steps towards your self-love, and also then notice the things you do that are not bringing you closer to a you that loves themselves, and like fight those urges basically. So my urge is to make myself small, so I want to step out of my comfort zone and do things that I normally wouldn't to do, like be my confident self that I am when I am alone, be that person in public. Okay, stand up for my interests, talk about my interests in public, without being afraid that, hey, I'm talking about myself too much, I am making myself seen, I am being selfish. Since when is talking about yourself being selfish? Since when is like just a healthy amount? Since when is being seen unhealthy, you know? Yeah, basically, step out of my comfort zone, fail publicly, because that's something that I struggle with, failing publicly. Because one of my things is I want to be loved, to not experience any type of rejection from anyone. And so failing publicly is something that is terrifying for me, because you're failing publicly, then you're not the put together perfect girl that everyone like knows and sees. You're now suddenly in my head, you're now suddenly a failure, which is something that I have to change and be like, I failed, that's fine, it's not the end of the world. I failed, people saw me as less than perfect, and that's not the end of the world, it's fine, right? Last but not least is accountability. I want to be accountable for this whole loving myself thing, so that I can stay on track. And how am I going to stay accountable? How are you going to stay accountable? Ask yourself, how are you going to stay accountable? Are you going to tell a friend? Are you going to join a group where they hold each other accountable? I feel like there are groups like that now with social media and everything. What else can you do in terms of accountability? You can set a goal and be like, at the end of the month, if I have practiced self-love every single day, taken a step towards becoming a better me in terms of self-love, then I get to do this. I get to go to a solo date. Now that's a method of getting towards that self-love person. So maybe I'll take myself on a trip, or go to the cinema and watch a movie, or like whatever incentive that you need to give yourself to get to that point, give it to yourself. So my accountability is this video, basically. Yeah, you are my accountability. YouTube, my community are my accountability. And so I will come back at the end of the month and I will give you a progress report on look at my nose. I'll give you a progress report on where I am with my self-love, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. I want to make sure that I'm taking a step every single day towards that self-love goal, so that I can be able to look back at the end of the month and be like, hey, I practice self-love every single day. And obviously there'll be challenges. There are days when I will have bad days, or I'll be too busy for it and whatever, but like I just have to choose to love myself, like to put myself first, after God obviously, but yeah, to put myself first. And yeah, I want you to do the same. Put yourself first. Look back and see what are the areas where I don't love myself, where I don't show up for myself as I'm supposed to. I've watched a couple of videos, and see what you like, what works for you, and then I think pick one thing or two things that work for you and make sure that you do them every single day. My things are making sure to compliment myself every single day as a form of validation, and to make sure that I feel seen, and to also make sure that to give myself that message of it's okay to be seen, it's nice to be seen, and there's nothing wrong with feeling confident in yourself. There's nothing wrong with feeling good about yourself. Nothing wrong with that. It's okay. You're not making anyone feel less than by feeling good about yourself. If they are feeling less than because of you, then it's a them issue. Yeah, like this friend of mine, it's a me issue. It was a me issue, and I'm dealing with that. Okay. So yeah, thank you for watching this video up to the very end. Had fun doing this. I am now toast. You can serve me up rare. Anyway, I had fun doing this. Marion, I love you. You are doing good. I am excited for the things that you are going to for the territories that we're going to wade into with this YouTube channel, with the guitar thing. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, keep doing what you're doing, keep believing in yourself. Yeah, wouldn't it be so nice, like, to get to that point where I love myself unconditionally and like show up for myself? I think I was just slacking. Why wait for validation from other people when you can validate yourself? Allah. Okay. Ciao, bye. I'm yappa yappaing. What is it?